Hello, I'm Kira for Shakti Power Yoga. I am sorry if you're not feeling well and that's why you clicked on this video. It is a good video for preventative health. We are in the holidays now, so if you're trying not to get sick at all those holiday parties, then this practice is for you. Definitely if you're traveling a lot, your immune system might be not functioning optimally, and this practice will really help your immune system, whether it's at a low point already or whether you might suspect that it's getting there. This practice is really for immune health. It's also very gentle. It's very close to a yin practice, but I do have a few poses there that are not traditionally yin, just because I like a more energized practice than a yin practice. But since it is yin, it is slow. We are holding poses for long times, which, if you're not used to that, can be very mentally taxing. So if you're used to a vinyasa class and a yin is something new to you, I do suggest playing music in the background of this video. I always offer that up. I put my videos up without music, with the intention that you can add your own of whatever you like. I do recommend having something going on in the background while you're holding these poses because it can get difficult. Make this time in your day that makes you feel better, long term and short term. So we're going to start lying on our backs with a chest opener. If you have two blocks, position them like this in a T. If you don't, you can use a foam roller. If you use a foam roller, try to line it up so it's coming to your neck and starting at your mid-back. Use a bolster, use pillows, whatever you can. If you have nothing else, you can lie on your back and just put your arms goal-posted out to the side. But I'll be lying on blocks today. Legs straight out in front of me, so I'm going to scoot these back so I have a little more room. You want to start basically at the start of your thoracic spine, and then the second is a pillow for your head, and then your arms come out to the sides. If you can, turn off the lights, do anything to help you restore and relax in this practice. Take time to get into the pose in a gentle and aligned way. There's no rush because you will have so much time to sink into the pose. Your legs can splay out slightly here, so from the torso, I'm getting a nice chest opener, but from the hips down, this is just like Shavasana. Start breathing deeply. In this practice, we aren't using Ujjayi breath because it is gentler. When I do restorative practices, one breath technique that I like to use is picturing a big circle in front of me. And on the inhale, starting at the bottom, I make it halfway up the circle, and then the exhale brings me back down. And then you focus on fluidity. So you want to make the inhale seamlessly turn into the exhale and be as fluid as possible in that transition. And the same at the bottom. You want the exhale to slowly turn back into an inhale. And when you're ready, bend your knees, roll to one side, and remove the blocks from underneath you. And then find a seat. If sitting cross-legged is uncomfortable for you, you can bring a block under your hips. And we're just going to forward fold here. So walk your hands out in front of you. Allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into the pose now that your hips are starting to open and accept this motion. And walk your hands back up. Take your feet out long in front of you. Remember which leg is on the bottom first. Staff pose for a moment. And then reverse the legs. And fold again. And walk your hands back up. The one pose we're going to do today where we're standing is just a forward fold. So if you don't feel like getting up, go ahead and do a seated forward fold. That's traditional yin yoga. I just prefer standing forward fold, so I'm going to do that. Get up slowly and fold down. Cross the arms to make this restorative. Uncross the arms. Walk the hands out until you can come to kneeling. Face me. We are going to do alternate nostril breathing now. I like kneeling like this because I feel like my torso is really open and there's room in my belly for breath. Find any comfortable seat. You can sit on blocks, you can sit in a chair, whatever. And also, if you're sick, blow your nose before this because it is gonna work some stuff up. So I am going to do alternate nostril breathing. I'm going to try to do it mirroring you, so it's a little bit easier for you to watch what I'm doing. So when I say left, you should be on your left, but I'll be on my right. And I'll be using my left hand, and you should use your right hand. So go ahead and use your thumb and your ring finger on your right hand, and bend the two first fingers in like this. And we're going to put it up to our nose. And we'll just start. We'll start with low numbers and work our way up. If this is too difficult for you because you are sick and there's a lot of snot up in there, that's fine. Do any breath work. Do some ujjayi through the nose. Do anything you can, and anything that's reverberating in the nostrils will help clear out anything that's in there. So it's still good for you even if you can't follow along with me. So we'll start now. Breathe out of both nostrils. Cover the right nostril and breathe in. Close both nostrils. Uncover the right nostril and breathe out. Breathe in. Close both nostrils. Uncover the left and breathe out. Breathe in. Retain. Breathe out right. Breathe in. Retain. Breathe out left. Breathe in, inhale. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale left. Release your hand. Breathe in. And out. Great job. Okay, we'll continue here. So we're going to take reclined bound angle. If you liked the chest opener at the beginning of class, you can go ahead and do that again here, but we'll all have the same legs this time. So heels together. I like starting with bound angle and then rolling back. Allow your hips to be natural here, natural curve in the spine. These yoga poses are great for relaxing and also for moving lymphatic fluid throughout the body. So, lymph nodes, these don't have pumps like your veins do in order to move the blood around. So, there's no way besides motion, physical motion in your body, to move lymphatic fluid out of your legs and out of stagnant hips. So these poses help get that movement into the body so that the lymphatic fluid can move freely around, can make it into your head to fight through sinus infections, can make it into your chest to fight bronchitis. So these gentle poses really help your immunity, even though it may feel like we're doing nothing. From here, I'm going to grab my blocks, heels planted. We'll come up into bridge pose. Middle fingers can barely reach the back of my heels right now. And then I'm using my hands as well to help push me up. And then I'm going to take a block under my hips. The block helps make this a restorative pose, but also helps get my hips even higher than they could on their own. Hands out to the side. Relax. Our next pose is going to help our throats even more. Um, Anytime you have a sore throat with and a doctor or your mom or someone feels your throat for inflamed lymph nodes, the lymph nodes in your neck tend to get the most inflamed. Any of them can get inflamed. My hips, the lymph nodes in the front of my hips, often get inflamed when I'm sick or when I'm dealing with allergies, but most commonly everyone's throats do. So poses like this help to alleviate some of that pain and massage those lymph nodes. So we can remove the block, keep your hips up just for a moment, and then we'll use our hands instead. So we'll come into shoulder stand. In shoulder stand, this is when the lymph nodes can get some work. So walk your hands further up your back. So that your throat is really getting compressed here and getting the benefits. When you release this, blood can flow back into your throat, and it will definitely help your lymph nodes. And release the hands. Roll down slowly. Now we'll find fish pose. Legs out long. Use your hands under your thighs. And head comes back. Release down to the ground. If you have a wall near you, take legs up on wall pose. I'm going to do that in a minute, but just to show you a variation if you don't have a wall. It's very similar to the supported bridge pose that we did, but just bring this. So come into supported bridge pose first, and then you can just bring your legs straight up. Move the block as you see fit to make this easy. You shouldn't have to work to keep your legs up. This should be easier than shoulder stand. And we're just letting any buildup in the legs of fluid drain here. So it's really good for you. So I'm going to come up to the wall, but continue with that if you need it. To make this easier, scoot your butt away from the wall. Bring a bend into the knees. Anytime your legs are on the wall, it's helping you. So if you have to have your legs like this, that's fine. That's still great. Let's stay here for a few more breaths. This is my favorite stretch. In college for cross country and in high school, this was always the go-to stretch the night before a race. And go ahead and lower those legs and smoothly find your way into Shavasana. Take your time. Let your brow smooth. Relax the eyelids. Breathe naturally through the nose. Wiggle out the jaw and then let it relax. Roll your shoulders down and back. Let the hips sink into the floor. Let the toes splay out to the sides. Go ahead and toe heel your feet out a little bit longer to bring more space into the spine. And really relax here. When you're ready, roll onto a side. And then find a seat. Hands to heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. I'm sure it's not what you felt like doing if you're sick, but it is really good to stick with your practice no matter what, because that's what your practice is here for. It's to help you through the times that you're not feeling great. It's easy to get on your mat when you're feeling great and you have excess energy. It's harder on days like this. So thank you for practicing. I know you'll be back to your full strength soon enough. So take a moment for yourself. Thumb knuckles to third eye. Bow forward. Namaste. I have other videos for times like this. I have ones for stomach aches, ones for headaches. Just generally, I have videos designed for when you're not feeling great. And you can find those videos here. And then when you're up for it, you can find videos over here that are quick practices to really strengthen once you're feeling back up to par. Thank you.